Hey guys, Blaumagier here, and this is the first episode of Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And I probably actually need to turn on my GameCube. There we go. Now, I'm going to try something a little differently with this video. With Sonic Advance 2, I actually would stop in most cases after I finished a zone. This time I'm just going to go all the way through if Media Express allows me to without crashing. And yeah, I'm just going to like segment it up after that, so just be aware of that as I go through. Hopefully my voice doesn't give out before this 3 hours or so is up. And I am choosing to play this on my GameCube version of the Mega Collection. Mostly because my Genesis version of Sonic 3 has been stolen, and because I can actually get a higher quality capture with this. So anyways, here's the title screen. Same as it is for Sonic 3, except we got different music and Knuckles added to the bottom. And we're going to select one player, and as promised, this will be a Tails run. Now this is actually one of my better games, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, since I gotta go over some things. Already in the first Chaos Emerald stage. I'm not gonna bother going for the rings because I know I can get a perfect in every stage, but it's not something that I've actually worked on, so I may like fail if I try to get a perfect on some stages. So I'm just gonna focus on the emeralds. Now, Angel Island Zone and Mushroom Hill Zone might end up taking longer than pretty much every other zone in the game, because these are the two stages in the game that I focus on getting Chaos Emeralds. Now there are 4 rings in Angel Island Zone. I think there's 6 that I can get to in Mushroom Hill Zone. And that's the first Chaos Emerald down. Like I said, I'm not going to be getting perfects. I know I can get them pretty easily in the first 7 Chaos Emeralds, but it gets really tricky when you're going for the Super Emeralds. So, yeah. Anyways, I never went over controls, basic Sonic controls. Right goes right, left goes left, down squats or whatever, ducks and looks down, and up just makes you look up. And since I'm playing as Tails, if I am above water, I can repeatedly hit any of the 3 buttons to fly. Or if I'm underwater, I can do the same action to swim, like this. And then the spin dash returns by pressing down or holding down and pressing any of the 3 buttons. And of course, pressing them multiple times will actually charge it up, making it move faster. And this guy comes in, he's all like, sup, and you're like, WTF, and he's like, LOL, as he burns down the forest, or island, or whatever. I guess it'd be a jungle, because it's like a tropical island. And here we are, coming up on the 2nd ring. Hopefully this one will go by pretty quick. Now this is actually one of my favorite games, well, Sonic games anyway. Probably mostly because in my opinion, this game has the easiest special stages out of any Sonic game. I mean, yeah, the trick here is that you start going faster, and then in the Super Emerald stages, they throw a couple of tricks at you here and there, making you use your jumping ability more. They throw in the orange spheres, which make you jump like a really far distance. But I think if you guys can't already tell, the basic gist of this special stage is to avoid the red spheres and collect the blue spheres. And once you collect the blue sphere, it will turn red. However, if you collect blue spheres in a certain kind of shape, usually you're going around the perimeter. They'll all turn into rings. However, there's one specific case where that is not the case. Actually, there's two. One of them doesn't come until the Super Emerald stages. Gotta watch out for those worms there. I'm glad they're only in this stage because they're kind of annoying. There's one later in the game that I seem to always, like, I don't know, hit the electrified part of when I'm not trying to. I totally didn't mean to do that. There's 3 kinds of shields in this game. You should all know that, since I'm sure everybody watching this is a huge Sonic fan and has definitely played Sonic 3 before. And the fire shield makes you invulnerable to fire attacks and fire obstacles. And if you just let that sign fall down there, you'll open up a water shield, which the water shield will let you breathe underwater. And then there's the lightning shield, which will collect rings automatically. Well, they'll draw them to you. If you're going too fast, you might lose them. And of course, for Sonic, all of these shields have an additional feature. And one thing to notice is that every shield will both absorb 1 hit for you and will deflect most projectiles, which is kind of cool. My personal favorite, it's actually the water shield. Most people are like, oh, lightning shield's the best. And then there's a fair amount of people that think the fire shield's the best. Fire shield definitely has the most utility, that is for sure. But I like the water shield the best. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me at all when I'm playing as Tails, since you can't use the abilities, but when you're Sonic, you get this awesome bounce, and you can bounce a little bit higher than you can normally jump. It's just really cool to me. I might actually end up taking a break between these stages. My voice is already getting kind of tired. Yeah, another fairly easy stage. Now the trick to get a perfect in this one is to jump over that last sphere and collect the rings there, and then go back and get it, but again, not getting perfects. They're pointless. All they do is give you, I think, 50,000 points. I mean, you're like guaranteed to get a continue out of it, but I die so very little in this game that I really don't need it. There might be a few times I die, so, you know, be aware of that. Most of the time when I die, I inadvertently activate some glitch that I didn't mean to. And when I activate glitches in Sonic games, it's never the good ones that like warp you halfway across the stage. It's always the ones that send you to your death, and you're just like, WTF, what happened to me? There was that guy that always hits me. Luckily for me, there's a lightning shield right down here. There's a fair amount of secrets in this game. This game definitely favors exploration more than Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 did. Like, you would have never found that if you didn't actually go up there. That's nice. And here we go, the 4th and final special stage in Angel Island Zone. Now, this is the first special stage that has an irregular pattern to get rings to appear, and it comes at the very end. And actually taking advantage of this irregular pattern makes it go from, like, kind of hard to see how you're supposed to get all the blue spheres to super easy. Now, this special stage threw a trick at us right there. If you saw a little while ago, I had to jump twice. Now, if you're already going at super speed, you're probably going to hit a red sphere every time. But if you just follow the path it lays out for you, you should hit it before you get any speed boost. And that right there was the irregular pattern. As you see, I just went around it in a plus shape. And they all turn into rings. Yay, we got the 4th emerald. Alright. Ah, forgetting myself. I promised a friend I would say, alright, every time I got an emerald. Oh well. Now, one thing to know about the lightning shield is if you jump in the water, and this also goes for the flame shield, if you jump in water with either of these shields, you will lose it. But it's not really a big deal because there's probably going to be a water shield nearby. But we want neither a water shield or a lightning shield for what is coming up. We want the fire shield. I just like to hold right here, get you through this a little quicker. And the ship's gonna bombard us. And these things can actually hit you if you're not holding right, but as long as you hold right, you're good to go. They'll never hit you. Now if you're playing as Sonic and Tails, Tails is probably gonna get owned pretty badly right here. And you'll be like, haha, what a douche. And there's Eggman. Yes, he's clever. Now you can probably get 1 or 2 free hits on him right here, but I'm not going to risk the second one. If you're Sonic and you got the fire shield, you can definitely get 3 out of that at least. Just keep in mind that once the fire hits the bridge, the entire bridge becomes unwalkable on. So if you're standing on the bridge when it hits, yeah, you're going to fall through. And that is Angel Island Zone. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell your friends about it, and I will see you guys later. There's Knuckles up there. What a douche.